Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. So part of the reason I moved out of Seattle, Washington, was that I was getting a lot of harassment for being solo sexual, right? I didn't get included in things and at the workplace, and now I work with several colleagues who are even more solo sexual than I am. I no longer feel solo sexual prejudice, but I feel very harassed for my difference in autism and also food allergies, especially the food allergies. The autism, not so much. But to give you an idea, I got kicked out of a different board game meetup today over another food allergy harassment matter. What had happened was I lost it with one meetup last week because one of the members there decided that he didn't want to play with me, so he decided to open a bag of Cheetos, which he knew I couldn't sit around. And I basically stormed out of the place and got myself kicked out of the bar that we were at. I actually later called the bar to explain the harassment, and I don't want to go back anyway, but the bar understood what was going on. I don't want to see those people anyway. It's not against the bar. On a good day when they're not there, I'd love to go there. But whatever the situation is, I went to a different meetup across town, which I used to go to a lot. And I finally found a group of people who were willing to play Ticket to Ride with me. Not the Poland version, not the uh, Berlin version, but the US version. Not my favorite game, but okay, it's nice, right? Very rarely do I get to sit down and play again. But halfway through the game, the copy is from the bar. This is a bar with a board game library. Halfway through the game, somebody decided to bring some food that wouldn't be suitable for me, and I left the area and say, I apologize. This doesn't work very well. Now, the host of the meetup was very upset that I had done this, and as I walked out, he ran after me and said, "Excuse me." He was very polite, actually. He said that I can't welcome you to the board game meetup anymore. And when he said it, I thought it was actually from last week's incident when I shouted "F you" at the guy who was insensitive. And he said, "Oh, I didn't hear about what happened last week." And so I was, "Well, what's going on?" He says, he explained that I left a disaster at the table, and I said, "You know what? I know what you're talking about. I have food allergies. Since the guy who was eating is gone, let me see what I can do." And he said, "No, no, don't bother." And I explained to him that I have food allergies, and I apologize. Why don't I ask you for your wisdom? Sometimes in the middle of the game, I see something and I have to go. And he says, "Well, that's not our problem." When he said it that way, I kind of gave up. I still, it doesn't feel good to be kicked out of a board game meetup. But when he said it that way, I was like, okay, well, let's play with this guy. And I explained, why don't I at least go in there and apologize to these people? Because I feel sorry if this is misunderstood. And he also explained to me that the other problem he ran into is that I bring my laptop in there and I'm hyper focused on some things sometimes. And he says that he'll explain to the guy who complained to him, but he asked me not to bring my laptop the next time I go back there, which is not the end of the world. I don't want to go back there. His attitude about how the food allergies were not his problem really upset me. Instead of going back there, I'm actually going to be writing a dislike on his meetup.com profile. But I want to relax before I do that because you can see already from this video, these things can get very tense for me. Um, Anyways, I don't want to go back there anyway, but at least I didn't get banned, so I did redeem myself. Anyway, it made me realize that there is really only one true love that we all have. Everything else can break down, right? And no matter how much your significant other loves you, if it's a different human being, it will probably never be unconditional, no matter how close to it might be, right? Kind of like in calculus, it can approach unconditional, but it will never equal unconditional, right? And it also makes me realize that our investments shouldn't, you should at least have some assets that are not somebody else's liability, right? Especially bismuth and tellurium, right? Those things don't depend on somebody making good on their promise to have value, right? And so it was a good soul searching about what true love is, about what true wealth is, right? Anything other than that. I mean, it's nice to have other love stories, but realize you only have one true one, right? Just like it's okay to speculate with mining stocks, with emerging market stocks, but have some assets that are not other people's liability as well, right? Especially bismuth, right? This is the Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum.